Round 3 of AEW versus NXT is here, and we're here to talk about it. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Swicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before we get into this video, please remember to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel out in more ways than you even know. Plus, it's free. So tonight was one of the rare occasions where we get to see NXT versus AEW go head-to-head. If you remember not too long ago, this was a weekly occurrence. We had every single week the Wednesday Night Wars, AEW versus NXT. And back then, we would see AEW repeatedly beat NXT in the ratings. Now, I'm just going to be 100% honest with you guys, just to be straightforward. I'm assuming that NXT is going to win the ratings war this week. And the reason why is because AEW typically doesn't perform that well when they're not on their regular nights. And as we know, they're kind of in a rut right now. Attendance is needing a major boost, and ratings are needing a major boost. It's kind of steady at the moment. So NXT is going to win. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'd be shocked if I'm going to be wrong. These shows had a lot of eventful things happen. We saw Javon Evans go one-on-one with Randy Orton in a very good match. We see kind of like a passing of the torch. I'm not really going to compare it to the quality of this match, but it kind of felt similar to when we saw Jeff Hardy versus The Undertaker on Monday Night Raw that one time, where The Undertaker was kind of giving his stamp of approval to Jeff Hardy. We see Tony D'Angelo win the North American Championship. We see Nikita Lyons return to the NXT Women's Division. We also see Julia and Stephanie Vaquer appear on screen together. So there was a lot going on when it came to NXT. We also saw a Sexy Red performance that had Booker T doing the ad-libs on commentary. It was pretty funny, man. Book is a mixed bag when it comes to his commentary. You know, some people, you know, it's very take it or leave it. But I love Book, man. Book is like one of those crazy uncles that come at the cookout that doesn't really say a lot of curse words or doesn't make any dirty jokes, but it's just extremely funny in a goofy type of way. So I love Book. And on AEW, this was the go-home show for Wrestle Dream. We saw Bryan Danielson in potentially what could be his final TV match for AEW as a full-time wrestler. We see Daniel Garcia re-sign with AEW. And this is one of those things where it's very back and forth. You see the dirt sheets. One day, he's 100% re-signing with AEW. The next day, there's a decent chance he could go with NXT. So it's very hit or miss these days when it comes to the dirt sheets. You don't know what to believe. Everything is kind of an evolution of a different story every single day. But I think he made the right choice. I think they've been doing a very good job in AEW as of late to building up Daniel Garcia. He had his big-time match against MJF. He didn't win, but I thought it was a very good showing. And I think with enough time and enough polish, Daniel Garcia can be a big star. As we all know, he's a phenomenal wrestler, but AEW is full of phenomenal wrestlers. So he needs something that's really going to set him apart. And I feel like if they invest time in that and really just dive into the aspect of professional wrestling that AEW doesn't necessarily dive into a lot, and it's character development. You see bits and pieces of that. You see the biggest example of that being Tony Storm. But I feel if Daniel Garcia is ever going to be able to take this next level, he's going to have to add something, spice something up, right? And we see them announce that Swerve is going to be appearing at Wrestle Dream, not in a match, but he's going to be having an appearance. And for me, that really is setting up for the potential debut of Bobby Lashley. And I think out of the gate, a Bobby Lashley versus Swerve feud is money. I think that's a phenomenal matchup that I could think of. I think that, especially with MVP being Bobby Lashley's mouthpiece, I think that'd be a kick-ass feud that they could start off with Bobby Lashley. Now, I don't think that would really benefit Swerve in the meantime, because I'm assuming if they do that feud, you would have to have Bobby Lashley win. And Swerve would be collecting, you know, kind of a big-time loss, you know, streak that he's been going on right now. Losing to Danielson at All In, losing to Hangman in the cage match, and potentially losing this match to Lashley. So it's not really looking too good for Swerve, but he's one of the faces of the franchise, so I think at the end of the day, he's going to be fine. This ratings discourse that is kind of new within the last few years. I think it's going to take a really funny turn. I already think it's kind of strange the fact that we talk so much about attendance and ticket sales and gates and ratings when it comes to the wrestling shows that we enjoy to watch. Because to me, it doesn't really take any enjoyment away from me if one person watched Dynamite or NXT or Raw or SmackDown, whatever, and that one person was me and I enjoyed the show. I think that's all that should matter to individuals. But clearly, it doesn't. And I think it's going to take a real psychotic turn once Raw is on Netflix and once AEW is simulcast on Max. Because at that point, you really won't be able to debate numbers anymore. Because as far as we know, Dynamite could lose 300,000 viewers or it can gain it. Same thing with Raw and same thing with Collision. We're not going to be able to decipher the numbers. So at that point, it's going to be kind of pointless. But I find, in my mind, that people are going to find a way to be able to cause some type of discourse. But that's besides the point, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Which show did you enjoy most? Did you enjoy Dynamite more? Did you enjoy NXT more? Who do you think is going to win in the ratings war for this Tuesday night battle that they had this week? We're probably going to get another one next year, when it comes to playoff time in baseball and all this different type of jazz with, AEW on TBS. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Again, please remember to like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel in more ways than you even know. Like I said before, it's free. I'm Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.